Because I wanted to always address the issues of common grounds and the issues of how to compromise. One of the things that's happening now and just happened in the recent few days is the trip of the pontiff, the Pope, to the Middle East, to Turkey and Lebanon. The way that he's received and the way that he's been treated is just so uplifting. I mean, I get emotional seeing how hopeful people are when they see someone of his caliber visiting them, more so in Lebanon than in Turkey. And I think that that's because the country has been through so much uh, from both sides. All parts of Lebanon have been demolished, civil war, and then another war, and another war. It's just been, they can't take it anymore. And then there have a lot of people who are not Lebanese who are funding people in Lebanon more than what the government can fund as far as paying them for salaries. So a lot of people are joining that team, and that team, because they're not Lebanese, they really don't care if they destroy the country, even though they're going at it from the perspective that we're going to help you, we're going to help you win, let's go fight the enemy, let's do this, let's do that, that kind of thing, that could be all their intention, and that's more power to them. But in the meantime, what's happening to the Lebanese people and to Lebanon itself, it's losing so much resources. It's losing their own people. It's losing their mental capacity. Families are losing their kids. It's just very, very, very sad situation, and very bad and wrong. And it doesn't want to. There's no light at the end of that tunnel. Recently, there has been some kind of deals and all this stuff that's been happening there is uplifting, but then we see things are, from what I understand, are going back downwards. And so now with the Pope visiting, you see all people from all walks of life welcoming him, hopeful that this is going to be a start of a new beginning. It's going to be uplifting. It's going to go in the right direction. Again, all of this is wonderful. All of this is great. But usually these kind of events are a start of something. This is not the end. This is not just a milestone and that's it. We are done with it. We go home and we do the same thing that we've always done. In Iraq, Pope Francis at the time went to Iraq for the first time. It was historic. I don't think that any pope had visited Iraq before that. Same thing. The red carpet was rolled under him for everywhere in Iraq. He visited so many places. I'll still never forget this one. I don't know if it was a convent or it was a school or something, where some nuns, they were just by themselves in their courtyard, just dancing. They're jumping with joy and just very, they were having so much joy that the Pope is visiting Iraq. And this is in a small area in Iraq that he didn't visit. But just the fact that he was there gave him so much hope and so much pleasure that they were just dancing and jumping. And they were saying things that they were having so much fun and such a great deal that he was in Iraq. Everybody there, didn't matter what religion you were, they were thinking that, okay, well, now that he is here, let's work together. Let's get our listening to him speaking. Let's make this happen. Let's go move to the right direction. Let's put our differences behind us and move and heal ourselves and become one nation that is strong and move the country forward. But unfortunately, and I hope it's not the case with Lebanon, unfortunately, after he left, that hype that he provided for the Iraqis kept going down and down, and then it went back to the way they deal with business, just like they always did. And so therefore, Iraq did not benefit as far as his visit. his visit wasn't just so he'll give these people a happy day or a happy 2 days or whatever the length of his visit is. His visit was supposed to be, and always when he visits any country, it's to actually set them, he preaches, he gives them some hope, and he gives them some life lessons and hopefully a roadmap for the future of that country, or where they can use some of the preaching to use it for the benefit of the country. And always, as the case for the Pope, is to heal, is to work with each other, is to love one another, is to be to work together and move the country as though this is the way that, this is actually, Iraq was that way before. Iraq worked together with all the religions. It didn't matter what religion you were. It's just some people worked together to move the country forward. Well, what happened is, in this particular situation in Iraq, it was after huge division, huge problems, huge everything. So what happened is, he went there. They all cheered and had fun, and then when he left, some people tried to say, okay, well, let's heal ourselves, let's get together, let's find common grounds, and then let's compromise. But then little by little, the people who were not benefiting from his visit, or they're not going to give in to some of the things that the other side wanted. So there's always an imbalance, right? This side has a lot, and this side has a little. So, and I'm not talking just about money. I'm talking about influence, about I have power to move this. Like, let's say we build the roads, we build the sewers, we do this type of thing. And the other side, who wants to work, who wants the thing that they need to make money and raise their families and do better for themselves, are wanting these projects to go through so they can both work on them and they can both move forward. Well, this side, always the side that has the influence, that has the capability of saying no, eventually we're thinking, why would I go through the trouble of doing these projects, or even attempting to doing this project, where instead I can stay where I am, making a lot of money. Basically, the corruption has gone so rampant that they don't want to compromise. They want to just take whatever they're getting, which is a lot, and not move any projects forward. So then the other side of the country, which is the majority of the people, let's not give them what they're looking for, or we don't care. And it just, after a while, it settled in, and people gave in, and hopelessness, became the normal thing, just like it was before he went. Now in Lebanon, they've gone through so much, and all the problems that they've been through, and the war, and the fighting with Israel, and the inside problems when there was some kind of a deal about submitting, giving their arms to the government, and they weren't doing that. The first they agreed, and then they didn't agree. All of that was happening, and then the Pope goes, and it's supposed to be a peaceful process where all sides, he didn't talk about it being a Christian or Muslim or whatever, but both sides should find the common ground, which is the benefit of the country. Let's find a way where we can help each other. We can build the country. We have our armed forces can be made of all these people, our military, as well as the other side, which is Hezbollah. Let's make them all together. Let's defend Lebanon. Let's make it into one country, prosperous, give projects, do all of that. Well, in the meantime, Hezbollah is making a lot more money being funded by a foreign country. Why would they agree to a lower pay by the government, and they can just have all, their wishes are provided for by outside governments? So all of this stuff that happened with the Pope going there and peace and whatever, hopefully people will start realizing, the higher ups, the brains of these operations will start realizing, wait a minute, which is more important to me? Just making enemies of my neighbors because I'm making more money than they are, and they're looking at me as, why is your allies, why do you have allegiance to a foreign country rather than your country, or working with each other and build the country together, and then we can all make much more later on. This kind of things happens a lot in the Middle East. They forget that they forget about the things that they're supposed to be doing. They know what's right and what's wrong, but they forget about doing it. They forget about, let's step in and start working on it. Common ground is very important. Compromising is the way to solve problems. That's the problem, is that they're not finding the common ground. The common ground is they're all Lebanese. They should all work for the benefit of the country. They do not need to go defend another country or receive money from another country, because they need to pay attention to what's important today, which is their own family, own country, own thing. That's what everybody in Lebanon, that's the common ground. Everybody in Lebanon, that's what they need. That's what they want. But are they going to go there and see that, which is what the Pope tried to show them, and then after that, they start dealing and negotiating and compromising? That's yet to be seen. I really hope that it will happen. I was very, very hopeful when there was a peace deal happening a few months ago, and I thought that, okay, Lebanon is going to happen. Things are going to move forward. That started to decline, and now hopefully this new injection of the reality, or new injection of hopefulness, will raise that to the next level. I really hope that would work, and hopefully the country Lebanon will go back to being the Switzerland, the Riviera of the Middle East. And that's, when I was growing up, that's the place that we all sought to go to, because it was just absolutely the best of the best countries in the world. I hope that the Lebanese people will realize what they have, and they'll go there and try to get that working, and making Lebanon great again. That's a cliche that doesn't mean anything anymore, unfortunately. But I hope that they do make it great again. Thank you.